If you cannot play bar chords, in this video guitar lesson, I'm going to share some chord shape alternatives, some solutions, and some exercises and tips and tricks to get you from not being able to play any bar chords to being able to play at least some, and if you keep practicing, maybe even any bar chord. Here we go. The G sharp major chord, you could play it like this. So to do that, you put your third finger on the 6th fret of the D string, and then your middle finger on the 5th fret of the G string, and your first finger on the 4th fret of the B string. So all together. So you'll notice my fingers are not straight like this, but they're at an angle or slanted like that. And also I put my palm here to mute the low E string and A string. I put my palm on the low E string and A string like this, so I don't have it in the air. I do it like this. And if you want to do some strumming, you can slide your palm as you're strumming, so something like this. Now I know it doesn't sound the same as the full 6-string bar chord, but I think it's better than this type of sound. Now if you're able to do kind of like a mini bar chord just on the B string and high E string like this, that will add another note, might sound better. A lot of chords are formed using your first finger like this, so if you make yourself do that, practice that way, you're going to build up strength in that finger and be able to play a lot of other chords. So here's the G sharp major chord, and to make it minor, all we have to do is get rid of the middle finger and bring up the first finger. So the first finger is on the 4th fret of the G string and the B string. And you keep your third finger on the 6th fret of the D string. And I find it's good to use the second finger to help the first finger, help press it down like that. And if you're able to also bar the high E string like that. So you could try that. Another way is to use your pinky so you can see which one you like best. If this note up here is really difficult, you can just play on the high E string, B string, and G string like this. And I played it that way just so you could see I'm only using my first finger, but it's good to get your second finger there to help press down. So far we've covered how to play G sharp major and G sharp minor, but to change the note, all you have to do is go up 1 fret for each note. So for example, here's G sharp, and then here's A major, A sharp. But for D sharp or E flat, most people play it as a bar chord right here like this. But that is quite difficult, and so let's make it easier. I put my second finger on the 8th fret of the D string, and then my third finger on the 8th fret of the G string, and my pinky on the 8th fret of the B string. Now these three fingers are squeezing each other. They're kind of like stuck to each other like glue, like that. And then I put my first finger on the 6th fret of the high E string. And another thing I do is I make sure that my middle finger is touching the A string so that it muffles it like that. So you just kind of move these fingers all up just a little bit. And also I put my palm here to mute the low E string and A string. So it's like this. And I can strum like this. So that's the D sharp or E flat major chord. Here's how to do the D sharp or E flat minor chord. So most people play it like this, a bar chord. But let's make it a little easier by just lifting up the bar, the first finger, and just bringing it down here, playing it like this. So you put your third finger on the 8th fret of the D string, and your pinky on the 8th fret of the G string, and it's squeezing the third finger. These two fingers are stuck together like glue. And then your second finger goes on the 7th fret of the B string, and your first finger on the 6th fret of the high E string. Again, I have my palm here to mute the low E string and the A string. So that was some different ways to play the chords. Here is another solution. This is called a capo, and if you want to play, let's say, the G sharp major chord or minor chord, you just put it on that fret, the 4th fret, G sharp, and then you just play an E major shape, but instead of it being an E major chord, it's going to be G sharp major. So the reason that it's G sharp major and not E major is because basically the capo brings the nut up to wherever you place it. Or another way you could look at it is it's like a bar right here. So it's almost like somebody else with a really strong finger is playing the bar for you, and then all you have to do is come in here and play the other notes. So there's G sharp major. To do G sharp minor, all I got to do is play an E minor shape. So there's G sharp minor. And then if I play an A chord, the A chord shape, it's no longer the A chord, it's now C sharp. So there's a C sharp major, and here's a minor. So I'll play an A minor shape. And so if you wanted to play an F sharp minor chord, just move the capo to the 2nd fret, and again play the E shape. So here is F sharp major, and then F sharp minor. So it looks like an E minor chord, but it's F sharp minor. And I can just move the capo wherever I need to. And so this is a great option, a great solution if you cannot play bar chords. And now for another solution, which is if you insist on playing bar chords and you just want to know how to do it, tips, tricks, let's get into that. Watch what happens to the guitar. Watch the guitar move, and also watch my arm and shoulder. So you may have noticed that the guitar kind of went like this, in this direction. That made it a little easier to play the chord. Just these subtle little things make a big difference. So that happened. This arm here pushed on the guitar, kind of this direction. And this arm, my left arm, my bicep kind of pulled the guitar this way. So all at the same time, I'm coming up like this, pulling, pushing. So everything's working together to help me play this chord. Also, you can't see my thumb because it's behind the neck, but when I'm playing a bar chord, my thumb is like this, behind the neck. And I'm squeezing right here, like that. So if you want an exercise to do, maybe when you're at work or school, you don't have the guitar with you, Another thing that helps with some bar chords is my first finger is not perfectly straight. What I'm doing is turning it this way, like that, so that I'm not using this part of my finger, I'm using this part here. I don't know if you could see the indent of the strings there. So that's the major chord. For the minor chord, you lift up your middle finger, but to help press down this finger, you can use your middle finger. So you kind of angle it this way, or roll it that way, and use your second finger to help press down. Then I'm doing all the other, moving the neck up. So it's kind of like this. So that's the hardest part right there, is that note ringing out. And that's why I use my second finger to help press down. Another thing I'm doing is, my finger's not way over here, it's kind of almost on the fret. It's as close as possible. And then these fingers, like especially this third finger, is way over here. See that? It's kind of like that. Here's an exercise you could practice every day. So pick anywhere you want on the guitar that's comfortable. Let's try the 5th fret. Now try pressing down. Even though you're only playing one note, don't curve your finger, just make it flat like that. Then try adding another string. And then add another string. And then add another one. And you can also just practice kind of rolling your finger this way. So it's just like you're at the guitar gym and you're working out. Another thing you can do is bring your guitar to a guitar store and ask them to lower the action, and you can also get a thinner gauge of strings, and those two things combined will make a big difference. I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And if you'd like to watch more of my videos, just search GuitarIncrease. My name is Brett, and I thank you so much for watching.